So I've always had the fear of wildfires in the back of my mind. With the fires that happened in Jasper, it was definitely at the front of my mind.
2023 was the worst wildfire season that Canada's ever seen, with 18 million hectares burned. And when you live in a place like Canmore, which is surrounded by steep slopes and conifer forests, then you can sort of start looking at that in a different way in terms of the potential risk. And so that sort of led me to get interested in looking at FireSmart and what sort of approaches and things I could do as a homeowner and then as a member of a community to try and prepare the community and reduce the risk of wildfire in this neighborhood.
I wanted to be involved in the community program. I wanted to be part of the change that happens in our neighborhood.
The Neighbourhood Recognition Program is a fairly new program that has been identified by FireSmart Canada. We get community champions. These champions form FireSmart committees, and then the committees, they action real recommendations that come from Neighbourhood Recognition Program specialists in order to help make their community safer.
The town has a climate emergency action plan, which has various recommendations in it that talk to fire-smarting communities, and I followed up with the town. I wanted to know a bit more about what they were doing on that. And then during those conversations, discovered that there was actually somebody else in the neighborhood who'd also been in touch with the town about things that could be done here, and so they put us in touch with each other.
Simon and I realized pretty quick that 2 people was not going to be enough volunteer hands to assist with fire smarting in the Peaks of Grassi, so we started asking our neighbors.
It does have to be a community or a neighborhood-wide initiative. You don't sort of want weak links in the chain, if you like. And so we sort of started looking at this neighborhood as a whole and thinking, okay, well, what can we do? You know, how does this neighborhood recognition program work? And then how do we get the members of the community to get involved in that? We were just sort of trying to raise awareness and build sort of the level of education in the neighborhood around FireSmart and things that people could do. And then that was all leading up to June the 7th, which was going to be the Clean the Peaks Day, which was going to be the big neighborhood cleanup.
We had a list of all the homes that we needed to give attention to. And we sent our crews out. They had their gloves, they had their safety glasses, and then they got to work. We also had volunteers going around the neighborhood and bringing them treats and water throughout the day, so that was great. It was a beautiful day. Couldn't ask for a better day here in Canmore. We realized pretty quick, though, we were overrun with the debris. There was a lot of stuff that was coming out of people's front yards and backyards. It was amazing.
In terms of the amount of material that we collected, it certainly surpassed our expectations. We sent over 6 tons of combustible material and deadfall and that sort of thing to the landfill. We made 21 trips to the recycling depot. That's a huge quantity of fuel that's no longer in the neighborhood, that's no longer there for wildfire. It was those 50 people that got together and then the households that helped collect some of that material that really made that happen. With those sorts of numbers, you can really do a lot.
There are a lot of people in the town of Canmore that are very passionate about wildfire. Those are the people that we really want as champions. They all come with amazing ideas and things that are unique to their own neighborhood. So a small group of people led by a champion can make a very, very, very large impact.
It's just a question of just, putting your hand up and saying, okay, I'm going to try and lead something on this, or talking to your neighbors and getting a group together. It's not necessarily all down to one person that has to lead this. You can form these FireSmart committees, and then you just get more people involved and you share the load amongst yourselves.
When we have neighborhoods that band together, it's a lot more successful because in the event of a wildfire, the entire community is more resilient rather than just individual homes.